So this video is something I didn't think I would ever make. Hey everyone, Thomas here, Thunderbolt Films, and this week I was going to do something a bit different. I was actually going to do a video about my miniature studio over there, but I got caught up with a bunch of stuff, but we'll push that to next week. But today, I want to talk about, something that I'm may or may not have, but I think it's highly likely I do. So I'm an Aspie. Yeah, it means a person with Asperger's syndrome. Yeah, it's hard to, I mean, it's nothing, like emotional or anything to make this video, but it's just, it's just kind of hard to explain it so people will understand. But I will give sort of a brief info about Asperger's. Basically, it's a very, very high functioning form of autism. The highest functioning form of autism. So, someone with an Aspie may have symptoms of autism, but, they're not as severe as someone with, like, the lower functioning autism. So, yeah, that's basically how it is. So, and I found, some of the symptoms which I have, which I will get more into in a minute. Some of them being, not pick up on social cues, and like inborn social skills such as being able to read others' body language or maintain conversation, which that was me. Lack empathy, appear to, doesn't mean they don't. Unable to recognize subtle differences in speech, tone, pitch, that's definitely me. There's lots of things that, they're a little long to read off this video, otherwise it's gonna be 45 minutes long. Yeah, but basically how it all started was throughout my entire life, I was very, but yeah, how I found out about it. Basically, when my entire life, I just struggled with so much that no one else seemed to struggle with, just, keeping conversations going, having friends, a lot of friends, they're being able in a large group of people, able to keep conversations going, able to interact with people. For some reason, I just had something that was blocking me, it's just like a wall, like saying, don't do that, or whatever, I don't know, and yet other people managed to do it no problem, so, I didn't know, I just kind of accepted it as like, okay, this is just who I am, I just can't, I'm just like it, it's how it is. Then I started hearing about other people. I heard this person, mysterious Mr. Enter, I've heard him talk about it. He said he talked about how he had Asperger's syndrome, and and he kind of went through some of the circumstances I did when I was younger as a kid. So, and it's like, huh, yeah, I relate to that. Yeah, I was like that too. So, and then I found this other this girl in Denmark. Her YouTube channel is the Anmish. I'll leave a link to both channels in the description. They're both really good. Mr. Enter, he does reviews of animated content and media, so he's good. I'll leave him below. And but the Anmish, the YouTube channel, she talked about how she, basically how her experiences with Asperger's syndrome, and what she went through, as a child, her getting diagnosed with it, and I remember hearing both these people's symptoms and what they went through, and thing is, it's like shockingly, like scaringly, is that a word? Scaringly similar. Like it's frightening how similar. I don't mean to be redundant, but it's frightening how similar it was, to what I went through. And for a long time, I didn't even know this had a name. I thought this was just how it is, and I'm not to say that it's not. It's just my life. But wow. There's a name for this. So I started doing some research online. I researched all the symptoms. I researched other people who had this, and actually I found a really good documentary. This girl, I don't remember her name. You know, she did. She's a film studies student, and actually, she seems really cool. So I actually would like to get in contact with her. You know, she made a documentary where she interviewed other Aspies and doctors who analyze them or evaluate them. So yeah, so I think that's good. They went through the positives, some of the drawbacks that they we go through on a daily basis. So and how they've gotten improved and everything. So yeah, I think it's really good. I'll leave a link to that documentary in the description as well. So check it out. I think it's really good. So right now I'll talk more about, I'll kind of list off a few symptoms and then, I'll kind of connect it to my own story. One thing, this was mentioned in that documentary I referred to. One of them being is that one of the reasons that we can't keep a conversation going is because we're so busy analyzing, everything else around us, but, the rest of the people are there. Say we're at like a table or something. We're just left analyzing every single thing, the environment, the sounds, and everything. And sound, that's another thing I'll get to in a sec. But we're just busy analyzing everything, every little detail. So everything, and that makes a lot of sense because for the longest time, remember, I look all over the place. If I'm in a classroom anywhere, I just look all over the place. I just want to study every little detail of whatever environment I'm in. Yeah. Another symptoms Aspies tend to have is eye contact. We can't make any eye contact with anyone, and this is so true. I can't seem to look anyone in the eye. If you know me in real life, if you ever meet me in real life, I will not look you in the eye. I will always be looking a million different ways. Different ways. My eyes will never stand still. I can't even look my lens in the eye or my LCD in the eye, or I can't look at it straight. It's like I'm everywhere else. I'm everywhere else but in the eye. So it makes sense, and I think that the analyzing the environment may have something to do with that. And it's not all bad, but it can be annoying, and it's also why I don't like to lie, because my parents used to do the look me in the eye and tell me that, and I would always fail. So yeah, one symptom is your motor skills may be delayed a little bit. Like some people have trouble, they might learn how to ride a bike later in their life. I don't really know what's considered late in life for riding a bike. I mean, I learned when I was maybe 5 or 6, so I don't know. But, one thing is handwriting is often poor. Yeah, any teacher I've had, they'll object to that. Another one, and this isn't like a disadvantage of everything. Not everything here is a disadvantage, like completely. Like, some it has, depends on how you use them. But one of them is that you have like a formal style of speaking, which I do. Especially when I'm writing, like if I'm writing an email to like a company that, like say if I wanted to use their film location, place to film at for movies and stuff, or interview or something. I always write like that, like if I'm writing to a client or something. I always have a very formal style of writing, or like right now I'm working on a bunch of essays for scholarships, and I need to be very formal with that, so I can get them. So yeah, that's also a big benefit. I don't have the best vocabulary for when I'm like or when I'm in like real life. Sometimes I am, but I think that's a good thing to talk about. So okay, and this is another big one, is not being able to take a joke. When I was a kid, my God, I could not take a joke worth anything, And whenever I, with the neighbor kids and everything, the neighbor kids like knew I couldn't take a joke, and they would take advantage the hell out of it, take advantage the hell out of it. Take the hell advantage of it? Take the hell advantage of it. Whatever. But they would exploit that. See, there you go. I do have good vocabulary. They would exploit the hell out of it. because I couldn't take a joke, and they'd be, oh, can't you take a joke? And when I found out this was one of the symptoms, like, you know, and when I found out a bunch of all these other symptoms, and like, this explains so much, you know. Because, then, let me be clear, I don't have a diagnosis, like, I have not been diagnosed by any doctor or anyone. I choose not to, because I don't want it on my record or anything. Not that I'm ashamed of it, I'm not, you know, I'm actually I actually like it, you know, I think I would, if I could choose not to have it, or to have it, I'd probably choose to have it, so, you know, now that I know what it is or anything. So now I want to talk about, you know, what, like, one of the best things about this, you know, having Asperger's is, you know, me being able to focus on what, you know, when you have Asperger's, you know, you seem to only have a few interests, like, you know, and, you know, once you're not very coordinated. I was not good at sports, and I did basketball for 5 years, so I don't know. It didn't go well. Did baseball 1 year, t-ball when I was a little kid. Yeah. But yeah, it was fun. But yeah, when you're doing something that you love doing, you know, and you know. When you're doing something you love doing, like, I love to make films, that's my passion and everything. If you're doing something you love doing, you're interested in, you just want to know more about it, do it constantly, you will focus, you can just focus on it, you know, you can do anything else, and, you know, a lot of various companies, you know, capitalize on this, and this applies to my job that I have now as a retail furniture sales at Big Lots. And unlike a lot of the other employees or furniture associates there, you know, I'm always kind of finding ways to improve myself, and not everyone wants to do that. You know, I mean, in some ways they do, but, you know, they're just like, okay, they just want to get their job done, you know. They do good enough to get the job done, but I'm always just like, okay, how can I improve this? How can I not seem so awkward? And also, when I'm there, you know, when I'm at, you know, Big Lots talking to customers, you know, I kind of, you know, it's hard, you know, it's hard as an Aspie, it's kind of hard for me to, you know, socialize with people. It's always been, you know. It still kind of is. I've gotten a lot better now that I'm older and everything, and I'm an adult now. It's getting better. I hope it will get better soon, as I'm going off to college very soon. High school's almost over. Holy crap. But anyway, if I'm talking to customers, I kind of have to just, like, put on this, like, mask over me and everything. And also, when I'm doing something I love doing, like if I'm in FCTV or something, you know, I am the leader. It's helped me grow as a leader, you know, leadership skills and everything, you know, directing people, you know, helping people, and, you know, making movies in general, you know, it's helped me become a leader, and, you know, it's helped me come out of my shell and, you know, be just be better as a person, and just, you know, not be stuck in this thing, whatever you call it, this like wall or something. But back to what I was saying about, you know, the being able to focus part. You know, a lot of, you know, companies and, you know, places, you know, they, you know, because, you know, they focus on that, you know, they want to, you know, they tend to capitalize on you or me as an Aspie, you know, and that's a great thing, because, you know, when we can grow and work harder, and, you know, we can go all the way to the top, you know, just for lack of a better term. But yeah, and, you know, in seeing these other people with Asperger's, you know, just looking at, you know, just looking at their faces, it's like, we've got a lot in common, you know, just like kind of like, this is what I look like in real life. You'll notice I can't stay still. I just can't, you know. But the one thing I want to make clear about this video, and if you want to take anything away from this, just know that, you know, if you know. But ultimately, one thing I want to make clear, and to take anything away from this video, just know that if you know someone who has Asperger's, or if you are an Aspie, or if you're like me, just know this does not affect who I am. Well, it does. Just know, just know that this does not define you. You're not another number. You're just different, you know? And there's nothing wrong with being different. I've always known I've been different since I was a little kid, you know, and I've never really ashamed myself for that. I mean, I've had my down years, you know. If you watch Passion Never Stops, I mean, you kind of know a little bit about that. Or the early production vlogs, For Nothing Personal, which you can find on the website, which is on the website. I've uploaded all of them, most of them, from those days. So, but yeah, if there's anything to take away from this video, it's to know that we're not different. Well, but yeah, if there's anything to take away from this video, it's just know that, you know, this does not define who we are. You know, this is not a entirely weakness. It's not a disability. It is a challenge. You know, it really is. You know, sometimes you have to really fight it. Fight your inner, you know, mind, your inner Asperger's mind, you know, to just fight back and, you know, just do it and everything. But ultimately, it is a positive, you know. It's a strength, you know, and it has a lot of benefits to it. So, you know, some days it seems like, you know, the bad parts outweigh the good, but there's other days where the good outweigh the bad. So it's not always like that. There's not always a balance, but you know, the good days are the really good days. The good days are what I strive for and what everyone should strive for. All Aspies and just everyone in general should strive for those good days. So yeah, guys, that's about it. You now know I'm an Aspie, so, or at least I strongly believe I'm an Aspie. I don't have doctors. I'm not going to get a doctor, but you know, I've diagnosed myself as an Aspie. So, and I'm not ashamed of it. Yay me. So, yeah, guys, that's about it for now. Next week I will talk about the miniature studio that I've set up. I was going to do that this week, but, you know, things got in the way. And also, the website exclusive page is done for the most part. We've been putting up vlogs and some DVD content for Dark Force episode 3 and 4, and I've also uploaded all the old Nothing Personal production vlogs to that website again. Remember, most of those are all website exclusive, so if you want to see those, check the link in the description. There will be a vlog I made assembling this whole thing, hopefully either today or actually I will probably upload it today as you're watching, as I'm recording this on Thursday, but yeah. So yeah, go check those videos out. They're going to be really good, and they're going to be a regular thing on that website. So yeah, it's going to be really good. So yeah, guys, that's about it. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, ThomasBolt1. Like the Facebook page, Thunderbolt Films. Follow me on Instagram, TheTomBolt. Subscribe to the Thunderbolt Vlog/Extras channel. And make sure to head on over to ThunderboltFilms.club for website exclusive content. Thanks, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. I picked up these guns. I saw these guns. They were in the same aisle. So, and they didn't look bad, you know? I was just like, huh, hey. Oh, and they make sound. That's mildly annoying. Probably gonna take that out. But yeah,